So friends, we are here. You are all here to listen to a doctor, and I'm here to learn from you. And I said to learn from you how exactly we live the life we want to live. What is the life we want to live? First of all, we want to be very, very healthy. Second is, we don't want to fall sick at all. Third important thing is, we need to be socially good to all of us. And the fourth important thing is, we need to be economically very sound, that I don't bother about my survival economically. These are a few things we need in our life, and if we manage to get them, rest is very, very simple for us. Life is very enjoyable, life is good, and we simply don't have to worry about anything in our life. And I say worry about anything in our life. And that is the life we want to have, and that is the life we are born to have. Okay. So let's see how we go ahead with it. I have written this book, Alert, Active, Alive at 100. This was one of my first book that I wrote on health for common people. I've been giving lectures to doctors and all. It doesn't mean anything to all of us. We just exchange our knowledge with each other. This was the book I wrote to the people, to all my patients and to the people. What does it show? Alert, active, alive at 100. Let me tell you, I'm a man of pure science. I'm a man who is doing medical research day in and day out. And this is what I wrote. You are born to live for 100 years. First of all, you are born to live. And secondly, it's very easy to live for 100 years. When I wrote this book, I studied on researched a number of centenarians. 6 centenarians, I could talk myself personally to them, spend time with them, understanding what makes them live into their life and live such a great life. And this book is available to you, and I've got a few copies also here from the publishers today. Especially I asked for them in case you can definitely take them if you want to. Now let's come to this. I've put up some points here so that I don't go haywire, because health is such a thing. On each topic I can keep on talking, I can keep on telling you more and more things. So I want to give you a concise thing today with our topic today is, how do I conquer my unconscious mind? And if you learn and if you are able to conquer your unconscious mind, take it from me, well, you will have a life which is totally different. Geeta, we can, I'll definitely give you this thing later on. You don't have to write anything. Put everything into your mind. Just concentrate yourself and you'll make a great living. Okay. So there are 2 questions which I'm going to discuss with you. One is, how do I live a life without a disease? And secondly, how do I conquer my disease if I get one? First of all, I do not want to fall sick. And secondly, suppose I fall sick, like this corona, it can just enter your body from nowhere. What are you going to do it? I should be able to conquer it. These are our 2 clear intentions. And how do we go with these intentions? First of all, I want to give you what is the definition of health. Before 1948, for us, health was absence of a disease. In 1948, WHO took one definition of health, which says health is not just an absence of a disease or an infirmity inside you, but also your well-being physically, mentally and socially. These are the three words they used. And that definition kept on going till 2020. It's only this year I have changed this definition of health. And I look at health much differently. What is my definition of health says? Health is not just an absence of disease or infirmity. Infirmity is deformity, okay? But it is a well-being of every function of your body. It may be a physical function, physiological function, psychological function, social function, as well as economical functions. If I don't have sufficient money to get my needs, I can never ever be healthy. I will always be a sick man. Now, it is a balance of you as a bunch of all these functions vis-a-vis the universe. It is a smooth play of your energy with the energy of the universe. Mind you, we are not a solid body. We are just a bunch of energy. And this energy keeps on moving. It is moving, it is interacting with all of you right now. It's interacting with the chair I am sitting. It's interacting with this laptop with whom I am talking. So this is the energy, and our health depends upon how well I am connected or I am interacting with the energy around me. That is the energy of the universe. And this, my friend, is the definition of health to me. And if you understand the definition of health in this way I have explained, well, rest is up to you. You can never fall sick. Once you create this balance with your universe, your spirit, your energy will start vibrating in tune with that of your universe. And obviously, your body will be full of pleasure at this time, and the joy, the ultimate joy that we are seeking for. This, my friend, to me is a healthy body, and it's very easy for all of us to get this healthy body. All of us, what we have to do is just understand a few principles on which this body works and follow them up, and we will be in a different way. Okay, just to convince you that whatever I am going to talk works in your life, let me I'll spend 2-3 minutes talking about my personal story. I was born as a 6th child in a very poor family. And when I was born, my mother went into a left ventricular failure because of severe anemia following recurrent pregnancies. And we never used to get proper food at that time. So my mother was on a deathbed. Subsequently, she survived, and I've had I didn't have mother's milk to drink. My father could not afford milk for us. At that stage, we used to have a kilo of rice, put it in a cloth, put it in water, and drink that water and survive, a family of 6-7 people. So obviously I did not have sufficient calories, I did not have sufficient proteins, and I was in a stage of what is called as a kwashiorkor. That's called calorie and protein malnutrition. And when you go into the stage of kwashiorkor, hardly 10 people survive. 10% of people survived. I was fortunately one of those 10%. So this is how I came up. Subsequently, yes, at the age of 4, we had a small tailoring. We used to stitch clothes inside the house for the people around us, and you can imagine how small it was with one machine in a village area. I started working at the age of 4, and I went to school for my primary at the age of 7. Fortunately, I was a brilliant child there, And then for 2 years I answered two exams, and then I came par with the students of my age. This is how I grew, and subsequently I grew up very well. I never had a problem. I was absolutely brilliant, and all through I used to get economically backward scholarship for my studies. This is how we studied and we came, and then always I was on top. I was to that level. I'll tell you, in 11th was a SSC class for us. In a school, in a remote school, today you have good teachers, good school, and you have good coaches. We did not have that. When I was in SSC, the school did not have a maths teacher, and we had 2 divisions of SSC, and I used to combine both these divisions, and I taught them maths as a maths teacher while I was a student of the same class. That brilliance was there with me, and I came up with the same similar brilliance, and then finally got my admission into medical school, Goa Medical College. I was 6th on the list, so quite in the topmost list of whole Goa. But then what happened then was I was medically failed. When I went for a medical examination, they said I am medically unfit to become a doctor. Medically unfit to become a doctor. And I didn't know what to do, and no one to help us into this. For me, Panjim itself was like a foreign country. And it went on, 6 months happened. They were supposed to be closing down the admissions of that year. So one day the clerk here, head clerk here, Kusum was her name, I still remember that lady, she's still alive, sent me a message saying that my next 4 days, if my fitness does not come, I am out. She will have to call another student because she has to close the admissions. And I was absolutely panicky, just didn't know what to do. She told me one thing. She said, I will give you an appointment, get you an appointment with the professor of medicine. You go and meet him. At least try some last time. She got me an appointment with the professor of medicine, Dr. N.G.K. Sharma. He was 55 years old at that time. He's still very active, very alive, very, very healthy till now. After GMC, the professor, he went to Manipal, and he stays right now in Kumta, and we do meet now. And that time, I don't know what made me think differently. I was a badminton champion into that area with all my defective heart. And I took all my certificates and medals and all, and I went and sat in front of the professor. He took half an hour to explain to me why I should not join medical physically. He said, you got 2 defective valves, and you are not supposed to be living beyond 30 years, that's one. And he says, if I put you the pressure of medical studies, which is so hard, you may even lose your life earlier than that. So I had no chance to sit with him. But something happened to me, and I just took courage and threw him a challenge. Sir, I said, you see my medals. I said, let's make a running competition. Let's start running together. Sir, if I get tired before you, I accept that I'm unfit. But if you get tired before me, you will have to sign my fitness certificate. Senior man, 55 years, looked straight into my eyes, kept on looking into my eyes. For a moment I was scared at that time. Took my papers, signed medically fit, and gave me on the spot. And this is how I joined. And once I joined, I absolutely poured myself into the studies, into the medical life. Till today, I've got finally we have, at the final MBBS, we have 3 papers. One is medicine, gynec, surgery. I've got highest marks in all 3 subjects. Medicine, gynec, surgery. Even if a gynec patient comes, I can give him equal opinion on whatever he wants. So this is how I began my life. And then I poured myself completely into the medical life. In fact, I almost forgot myself. For 7 days, I used to go to medical college and return home after 8 days. I learned to sleep for just 3-4 hours a day. And I used to be good with that. And finally, going through all these things, I came out, started my practice, opened hospital, created whatever Goa did not have. I was the one who created all the firsts I have. Whatever Goa did not have, whatever my people did not have physically, I created all these things for them. Medical, we didn't have nurses, so I started a nursing college. We didn't have paramedical school. I started a paramedical college, and things went on. And at the age of 40, one day I was really zapped. And then it is then I thought of looking into myself. For the first time, I looked, introspected myself. What am I doing? Why am I so weak today? Why am I so zapped today? I looked into the mirror and started talking with the mirror. At that time, I had glasses which were thick glasses, double vision. My eyes were popping and going up inside with the big swellings here, and I was really, really sick. Then I said, what am I doing? I'm such a good doctor, I could manage everything, I can treat anything that comes along, and I know how to treat. Then I introspected myself. What is medical college teaching us? Medical college is teaching me to how a disease occurs and how to cure a disease. It never taught me how to keep myself healthy. It is then I said something is wrong with this study, then this study is not enough for us. Why should I only treat somebody when he falls sick? Why should I not allow him not to fall sick? At the age of 40, this was the revelation to me, and that is the time I looked at my life differently, and that is the time I went into very, very active research. I was also in practice also, I was very busy all the time. So I used to practice whole days till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, then sit down in the night for various questions that I had. And I went into real deep research, which I kept on continuing till now. 1975 is the year when I entered into medical life. Today is 2020, it is 45 years I've been working into this life day in and day out, and I asked all these questions to myself. Why should I fall sick? And this is where this book slowly came into being.